warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Peace and blessings to you all, dear brothers and sisters. Welcome to the show, The Real Me. I'm Abbas, and soon we're going to be joined by the co-host of the show, Michelle. She's going to do a special entry, and we've got a special guest today, Brother Jammal. Assalamu alaikum, bro.
Wa alaikum salam.
How you doing? You okay?
Alhamdulillah, very good, my brother. Yeah.
Good. Thank you very much for taking your time out today and coming on the show.
Jazakallah khairan for having me, man. It's always good. Always good.
Alhamdulillah. There comes our special entry by Michelle. Assalamu alaikum, Michelle.
Wa alaikum salam.
Okay?
How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah,
You
I'm
got your
good.
breath back, or
Nearly.
Yeah, okay. So we've got an interesting topic today. It's going to be really great, inshallah. Looking forward to your comments and so forth. Today's topic: identity, self-image, and society. So we're doing a bit of prep before the show. Inshallah, looking forward to that. Some nice things to talk about today. If you do want to call in on live, it's going to be 01733 602 133. Or if you want to text or WhatsApp with your questions or comments, please do 07745 278 978. So, how you doing, guys?
Alhamdulillah, all good.
It's great to see you back
Yeah,
the hot seat,
Yeah.
the extra hot seat.
In the hot seat. With the hot jumper.
With the hot jumper. It looks great on camera, by the way, mashallah.
Mashallah, good stuff. You got a couple of logos, isn't it? Is that the lounge?
The lounge, Children of Adam.
Mashallah.
Free little plug there.
Yeah, free little
Live
plug,
on radio.
Yeah. The lounge. And, COA, support your local charity.
Mashallah, good stuff.
Inshallah.
Man. So we're gonna kick off. We've got a couple of announcements for some events after the break, but inshallah I'll bring that up after the break. So identity, self-image, and society. So we're gonna kick off with our first one, which is identity. So we're gonna just touch upon who we are, who do we belong to, if we belong to any gangs or you know what I mean, yeah.
Football
you all
teams.
browse there, football teams or cults or mosques or so forth. Yeah, give us a bit of what you who you belong to, or it could be that you just comes down to stemming to we are ourselves. We don't belong to anyone, and for those obviously who do believe in God may say that we just live to worship Allah and do what He pleases, or if those who don't obviously follow religion just say that we live according to morals, and that's what we're going to bring up. That's what today's show is about.
Or lack of.
Lack of, exactly. Yeah. What would you guys say? What's your identity? Who do you feel that you are? Who are you?
Ladies
Oh,
first.
that's a really deep question to start off with, isn't it? Who am I? I actually wrote that down. Who am I?
Ah, did you?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I thought, how many of us actually really know who we are?
Yeah.
I think I've found with coming to this place in my life where I've changed faith and I've had this big shake up and this big awakening, that's definitely one of the questions that I've asked myself numerous times.
Mm.
You know, it's almost like a midlife crisis, isn't it?
It can be. Yes, it can be. Yeah.
Instead of going out and buying the sports car or doing something crazy, we kind of chose the Deen, and yeah, I think it just brings everything that you've ever known about yourself to light, so that you can unpack it, if you like, and think, okay, now which of this lovely stash in front of me is actually my stuff, my beliefs, my thoughts and feelings, my ideals, my preferences, because I think a lot of it that is packaged within us sometimes has come from elsewhere, external sources, maybe family, teachers, friends. And I think it really does make you just sit down and think, what is mine? Like,
Of course.
have a little dig around in there and a root around in there and think, okay, I don't want to claim anything that's not truly mine, authentically mine.
Very philosophical question.
Yeah.
Who am I?
Who am I?
Yeah, very, very philosophical.
What forms us?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of influences, isn't it? We're affected by relationships, friends, who we belong to, and that's what I meant. We sometimes, for guys, because we're, we show a bit of masculinity, a bit of strength, a bit of, independency. We sometimes feel that we belong to our brothers Do you know what I mean? So sometimes, you know, even if you've had a bit of a rough time at home with your missus or parents or siblings, you always know, oh no, the brother's got my back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you kind of fall into that, and that's sometimes who, as a society, individuals or young guys or even older guys may say, you know what, it's okay, my boys have got me. Do you know what I mean? And you kind of feel like you belong to them, and you follow their principles, their foundations. But this is obviously leading to the next question, which we're going to touch upon in regards to our self-image and how that's affected by society and media. But let's put religion on one side. We can, with all viewers out there, we can touch base point and say that we share morals and principles, right? So obviously when we go to work, when we deal with non-Muslims or people, you know, who may not have faith, we all meet onto one foundation and say we do morally believe in that. Okay. And I'm just going to give a snippet. One of the concerns about this topic is the indecencies or the images that are portrayed on television. For example, just to break the ice, Amanda Holden, she's one of the celebrities that comes on, I think it's
Britain's Got
Talent, that's right,
that kind of thing.
So she
I couldn't think of that word as at all.
Not having a telly, you probably wouldn't.
Yes.
She wore one of the dresses on, I think it was an awards show on the program itself, and there was, I think, quite a number of complaints from viewers to say, what are you wearing?
Yeah, I think it's happened more than once, hasn't it, actually?
And it's affecting, I mean, this is coming from non-Muslims, right? You see, but you see how we share the morality, the sense of dressing and so forth.
Because I think people feel like, you know, she has a responsibility, being, you know, as it's a family show.
Yeah.
She has a responsibility to dress in an appropriate manner.
Yeah, exactly.
I think once you're in any type of limelight, you automatically become someone's role model. You know, and how you project yourself in any way, it's going to make someone else want to do the same.
Exactly. So the power of influence. So that obviously that comes down to the influence that we have from external places or external factors that forms of our identity.
Yeah, I mean, she must be under massive constraints and massive pressure, you know, from society and people around her, because she's going to feel like she wants to wear something that makes her look her best. And what her idea of her best is what we see in magazine covers and TV screens, you know. So for her to cover up and, you know, dress modestly, I guess, she maybe inside won't feel like that's the best way to make herself feel good. And I get that, you know, as a Muslim lady, I understand that.
Yeah. Whereas the Abrahamic faiths, they would show women as covering themselves. That's a form of respect. But maybe it could be that celebrities or even pop singers, they find that their dress maybe brings them that respect.
From, you know, I think you go back to like the 50s and 60s, yeah? You know, well, like when, let's look at like rock and roll, for instance, yeah? For an example. Or even Ray Charles. I prefer that sort of style of things, if you like, yeah? Ray Charles was taking things that were gospel, sang as gospel Christianity, yeah, and twisting them around, I mean, into something that was sexual. I mean, and now, obviously, prior to me being Muslim, I mean, I had no qualms with that. I listened to Ray Charles most of my life. My father listened to him, but, you know, they're taking something and turning it, you know, sort of thing, you know. So you're already exposed to something that sex sells, you know, and sex, unfortunately, sells, you know. Instagram, Facebook, these are really, the only good thing about them is if you're promoting something. The other things that come with it are very dark and can be very misleading as well, you know, like, and I think everyone portrays themselves on them social media sites. Let's look at a car. I've got a car, man. It's worth $100,000. For an example, I don't know anyone who's got $100,000 car, but I might do. I don't pay attention. But
I've got two.
What's it called?
I've got one.
But you know, this is portraying yourself as something that sells. How do I get that? How do I do that? You know what I mean? It's everywhere you look. It's everywhere
literally everywhere, isn't it? Whereas, you know, a few years back, I suppose we did only have the TV to worry about. Now it's literally everywhere. As soon as you turn your phone on, you're bombarded, aren't you, with these images and the pressure.
Of course, to look a certain way. You know, young girls nowadays, there's probably, if we looked at how many numbers of people or girls, for instance, suffer with eating disorders. How many are there? I don't know the number, but I'm just saying, because obviously girls that are even already slim have faults in themselves, insecurities in themselves that want them to look a certain way. You know, like, and I think that's so they become anorexic, or you know, things like this, you know, like, because there's something they're seeing, they don't even know that person. They don't even know them, and what influence that can have, you know, without even leaving your own home. You can stay in your house for 10 years, man, become a totally different person you were when you locked the door. Obviously not just psychologically, but like just through influence. Just through influence, I think.
Who do you think that females are trying to please when they're trying to become like that, a slim body? Is it magazines that's affecting them? Because they're surrounded by it, isn't it? Everywhere they go. Billboards.
Literally everywhere.
But again, that's taken a turn as well, because now they've got like plus size models trying to say, okay, hold on, what about these ladies? They don't want to be slim and the typical stereotypical. You
had Marilyn Monroe years ago, you know, probably voted like the sexiest lady of however many years, you know what I'm saying, you know, like, because she was, you know, voluptuous, you know what I mean, sort of thing.
She was like a size 14, 16.
You know, nice, man, you know, like, as in like, not skin, you know, skinny and stick thin and that, you know what I mean, you know, like, it depends on the person. Each of us in this room is going to be influenced by something different. You know, you might read something in a book that touches base with you. You read the same book and a different paragraph touch base with you and me as well, you know, and I'll be influenced by my paragraph, you the same, you know, like, how you ever come around to controlling influences. It's a very, very hard thing to come by, I think. Very hard thing to tackle.
Does that mean that we struggle with our identity?
Massively.
So we don't,
huge.
So one thing is purpose of life, but second of all is saying, that's one route we can know purpose of life, okay? But the first step is, who are we?
Yeah, and like I said earlier, I don't think we really even know the answer to that question.
We don't.
I think we understand, personally for me, I understand who I was, I understand who I am, and I also understand who I'm striving to be.
Oh, I like that.
You know, so like, with them three main aspects of a personality, if you like, of one of my personalities, not really but you know, like, of them three aspects, you know, who was I before I started to question that, who was I, who am I right now, and who am I striving to be? You know, that's, you can put that on paper, 20 minutes, you wouldn't ever think about it. I wouldn't even say 20 minutes, I'm going to say 5. I could probably write a list of who was I, who am I, who do I want to be in 5 minutes.
Are you stuck to that belief, or do you think someone can influence you or change your belief on that?
I'll only let someone influence me if I think it's the right person, and I dip my toes in, man, very slightly.
Okay.
Because I've come unstuck, even within my religion. I've trusted Muslims that are not good for me. You know what I mean? You know, like, which saddens me. You know, but that's another topic. But as in, like, you know, like, but yeah, my influence would come from people that have history of being good at a certain thing. Why would I want to question someone who changed yesterday? Why would I hang around with him? He just made a different move yesterday. And I want someone to have experience in change, and has done good on it and stayed steadfast in that change, whatever that may be. And if it's the same sort of thing I'm looking for, then cool, man. I'm gonna grab hold of that and keep hold of that direction. You know what I mean? You know,
that's wise.
Because otherwise you're just all over the place anyway.
It's wise and very dedicated as well, because it's hard to do, isn't it? You know, to stay that steadfast on your path, because, you know, we've talked about before the whispers that come in. You know,
don't get me wrong. You know, like, I think, you know, and I'll never lie. I'll never lie, because, you know, like, I find that stupid in itself. You know what I mean? I wouldn't talk about something I can't wholeheartedly answer either. You know what I mean, sort of thing. I am far from anywhere near where I want to be. I make mistakes every single day of the week. Every single day, you know what I mean? It might be a thought, it might be something vocal, you know, it might be an action. Lots of things I make huge mistakes on, you know, like, and I sadden myself by them mistakes. You know what I mean? You know, I'm trying to. I know where I want to go though. I have like the signs in front of me, and I know where I want to go. It's just obviously things that, you know, life's like this, isn't it? Up and down, man. You're going to come across things that are going to knock you back a little bit. Yeah. I think life is like, you know, do you know the terminology suicides, like in fitness? Yeah. Life is like suicides. You sprint to something, man. You think, I want to get it. And then once you're there, you think, it's not quite cool. I've got to go back. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you're going back again. And it's a back and forth battle you have in amongst life.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think. You know,
I saw the term suicide from that film, you know, Coach Carter.
Yeah, cool film. Yeah.
Excellent film.
Yeah.
Really We're on the movie titles again, aren't we?
No, don't start that. You're going to challenge my Kung Fu Panda theology.
We've got quite a few people tuned in this evening. We have a message from Brother Shazad. He says, Assalamu alaikum, guys. Well anticipated show. Great to be listening in again. Melanie's watching. Zara's watching. She says, Salam, guys. Salam. Star Abdul's watching, and Ishi Ali is watching. Shazad says, as a human being, genuinely, a life is never for yourself. You are always meant some other purpose. You're brought up belonging to a parent or guardian, and once you're of age, either you have dependents, siblings, relatives, or furthermore, your own children. They become your purpose. Who am I? Not my own, is his answer to that.
Very good.
Very deep. Ishi says, Salam, people. Salam. Hope all is well. Brother Jammal, love your new YouTube video.
Oh, exactly. Thank you.
You've got
unfortunately, it's been taken down. Because we sort of like used something that had a copyright on it. I mean, fine. Although I'll stick up for me and my brother that done the video. What's it called? When we took it, it said it was uncopywritten, but obviously it might have took it from an old source, maybe whatever. But now we're just going to change the first track, guys. The music behind it, change it to Nasheed, and then the video will be out to view properly. Inshallah.
So for listeners that are tuned in and don't know what your video is about, this is my
life,
life, isn't it? So it's very relevant to kind of what we're talking about today.
It's a 5-minute long snippet in 3 sections, and then each section is going to be divided, obviously. So like the first part is like what I just said, three things, who I was, and then who I am, where I can reflect. So there'll be episodes coming from the first part off of that, and then there'll be episodes coming from the reflection part of things, and there'll be episodes coming from Islamic side of things. Everything could be done spoken word. There'll be other people in it, obviously, acting stuff out and bits and bobs like that to tell a story, inshallah, you know.
Inshallah.
But you know what, the point that you mentioned before, what you said was, the thing I liked about that was that you do self-evaluate yourself. So although you may say that you know that you are doing mistakes, okay, but at least you are aware of them. There's people out there who unfortunately are making mistakes, but they don't know about it, and they don't self-evaluate.
I think some people are like that, I think some people are fully aware of what they do. Yeah. Fully aware, with no conscience.
No conscience. Why is the conscience died, though?
Because society doesn't make you have one. You know, like I was talking to my mother tonight on the phone, and regardless of who my father was, and how he influenced my life, I mean, sort of thing, and a massive conversation that could be. What's it called? But my father and my mother brought me up with manners, brought me up to be clean, have respect, morals. I mean, where I could go anywhere ever. We come from a very poor background, but I could go around the richest person's house in my school, eat dinner, and their parent would turn around to one of my parents and say, your son's manners are absolutely impeccable. You know what I mean, my table manners are impeccable. I wouldn't hang around with a guy that I could chill with you for a year, and if you spoke to your mother out of turn, that friendship's done. You know what I mean? And I mean that sincerely, you know, like, and that's how it would be my whole life. I don't like that, you know, like, but these children are just allowed to do it. They're allowed to do it. No one carries any weight anymore. You know, like, it's easy just to say, okay, have the iPad. No tantrum. No. I'm old school, man. You know, like if I was to have children again, it'd be a very, very, very tight ship, man. There's no two ways about it. You know what I mean?
I understand what I mean. I want to bring you in the assumption that because as parents, alhamdulillah, both of you have got children. I understand what you mean. I totally agree. But I think nowadays, because children, they see other children, or who's been given an iPhone or tablet to watch on something whilst eating dinner, or sometimes it's hard. But just, I would say, I know that even within all our family members, they all do that, because nowadays it's just easy option. Whilst they're eating, put a TV program on, give them a tablet, and at least they'll eat their food. That's it. It's their job done. But the one thing I want to ask is, as parents, are you concerned as to what's out there? So before the show, we were discussing, and I want to bring this up more on the second part of the show, as to, do you feel concerned as to how much is available? For example, Instagram. Everyone's got Instagram, and some of the people, that are on there, celebrities and so forth, unfortunately, they are not great role models with what they wear, to things like Botox, okay, so changing, plastic surgery. What do you guys think of that? Do you think that your children are affected by that?
100%, yeah. I mean, I've got to be honest, this is a touchy subject for me, because it angers me slightly, because I'm kind of like an advocate for, if you've got a celebrity title and you're in that role, and you know that children are watching your content, that you're putting out there, just change it up. Why you're already famous, you've already got the money rolling in, so why still keep delivering the same stuff that maybe men want to see, or maybe the whole media want to see? Think about the vulnerable children that are watching. And I mean, I've seen recently the way that children react to different music videos, things like that. They're copying dance moves. You've got these apps, like TikTok and things like that is becoming more popular for younger, underage children using the apps as well. And they're using them alongside fully grown adults, that are sharing things that they're not really aware of what they're sharing, and realizing that there's young children on the app as well, and it's all being consumed.
Childhood is being stripped from children. Honestly, childhood is being robbed from your own children, man. Every day of the week, whether you like it or not. That child goes to school, it's not even allowed to be a child, because it gets sent home more work than it does in school. The teachers expect you to do more at home than you do inside the classroom. That was never like that when I was a child. We were still allowed to be children. Children aren't children anymore. They're literally racing to be a certain age, to wear makeup, to do this, to do that, to go out, to do that, to do what they want. Influenced again. I've been influenced. We all have in some way or another. We dress, we wear clothes. We've seen someone that wears something that we like, we wear it. We'd be liars if we said we weren't. We're all influenced in some respect. By someone. And even may I bless every single pious person out there. They're influenced by the greatest of people, but they're still influenced.
Yeah.
We have to have a good source of influence, though. That's the we're in too deep. We're in too deep.
Can I ask, how much, if you don't mind me asking, how much control do you have as to what your kids watch? Because we're so busy with stuff. Do you sometimes sit down with them, chat with them, tell them what's right and wrong, or do you say to them, just keep away from these things? Is there a strategy that parents can use who are listening out there?
Do you know what? Yeah, there is a strategy to use this, right? But well, I use it with my daughter. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but my daughter's a different age. You're 11.
Mine are still very young. Yeah.
How old
so
is
one's going to be 12 this year, and the other one's just turned 8. So.
Yeah. So 11 years old, about to step foot into secondary school. Already there.
No, about to go in September.
Okay, right.
Scary times.
For mother and for daughter, things are going to change dramatically. Coming forward. My daughter's 18 in May. So again.
It's another tricky age, though, isn't it?
Huge, yeah, huge. And alhamdulillah, man. I've spoken to my daughter like an adult since she was 10 years old.
Okay.
Me and her are very, very close. But I've discussed my own choices with her prior to me making them. I've discussed moments when I'm in trouble. I've discussed moments of when I've been depressed. I've discussed moments of every kind you can imagine. She's like my pal, sort of thing, yeah. But obviously not when she was 10. Gradually, slowly but surely, over the years, and I watch stuff with her that's called the Wake Up Projects. You ever heard about this? Yeah, the Noriega brothers. Yeah, okay, right. So in that, you can extract things from this that are relatable to anyone, really, yeah. But it will show media, because obviously the people that run media control these influences, you know what I mean, sort of thing. Yeah, and it's very blatant, very honest, and it will show fronts of magazines where 9 times out of 10 they're probably say there's 10 options of things you're going to read about. At least 5 of them are about sex. The woman on the front of the magazine is wearing next to nothing, blah blah blah, you know, and so on and so forth, you know. So that's a good thing to show them, I think, in some respects, because it's showing the source that makes. So it's not just me. I'm not just being a grumpy old man saying you ain't going out like that. You know what I mean, sort of thing. You know.
Yeah.
This
it
is
helps them to think, because they've got brains, haven't they? You know, even at 10, like I was saying. You know, my children, the youngest is 8, and they're so clever, so wise. And we do have to come to them as adults.
I'm going to have to come in this. Sorry, I do apologise. What we're going to do, we're going to carry on this topic. It's a lovely, bright subject. We're going to carry on this after the break, inshallah, after 4 minutes. Inshallah, see you then. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Stay tuned to Salam Radio after this short ad break.
It doesn't take much to bring some difference. You give some change, which makes a change. Because nothing gets mileage like a charity. Just a little change turns into a chain. And before we know it, the results are massive. So give a little to make a big difference. For donations, call now. UKIM 0207 387 2157.
Had a car accident or an accident at work? Accident specialists are experts in no-win, no-fee accident claims. Leave the hassle to us. Our multilingual settlement experts will manage the entire claims process on your behalf, with nothing to pay up front. We provide services such as credit hire, taxi vehicles, recovery, storage, and much more. For full details on our range of services and a free consultation, call us on 01733 555 774 or visit our office at 249 Lincoln Road opposite the NatWest Bank. Accident Specialists. Start your successful claim today.
Do you own a restaurant or takeaway? Cater Fair is an expert supplier of new and used commercial catering equipment. Visit caterfair.co.uk for quality equipment on sale at the lowest prices, or call us on 01733 310 115 or visit us at 11 Royce Road, Fengate, Peterborough.
जब बात हो हलाल मीट की तो कैसे मुमकिन जिक्र न हो हाजी बाबा का। हाजी बाबा अज़दा में आपके लिए। हम अज़दा में अरसा 10 साल से जायद मुल्क भर में 45 से जायद काउंटर्स के साथ बेहतरीन पैकेजेस, हर वैरायटी का मीट और आला मायार के लिए आइए हमारे पास। चिकन ब्रेस्ट, चिकन क्यूब या कीमा सिर्फ 3.99 पाउंड पर केजी, लैम या शीप लेग, लैम शोल्डर और मिक्स सिर्फ 6.99 पाउंड पर केजी, बेबी चिकन सिर्फ 1.99 पाउंड पर केजी। आपकी सहूलत के लिए वक्त की बचत और मायार की जमानत, तमाम हलाल गोश्त और अशिया जरूरत एक ही छत के नीचे। हाजी बाबा हलाल मीट, फाइंड अस इन अज़दा।
Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Shabina here. Has your child had their flu vaccination this year? All primary school-aged children are entitled to the flu vaccine in their schools, helping to protect you and all the family against flu, which can make vulnerable people very ill. Call the school immunisations team on 0300 555 5055 if you'd like your child to get protected.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. On the authority of Abu Hamza Anas ibn Malik, may Allah be pleased with him, the servant of the Messenger of Allah, said that the Prophet, may the blessings and peace of Allah be upon him, said, "None of you truly believes until he wishes for his brother what he wishes for himself." It was related by Al-Bukhari and Muslim.
She's the love of my life, does everything with a smile. She's my mother, my sweet mother. She can take the pain away with just one look. That's my mother, my sweet mother. You're the picture in the frame.
Broadcasting 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. This is Salam Radio.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Welcome back to the show after that short break. Today we were talking about identity, self-image and society. So the first part of the show was excellent, alhamdulillah, really, really good. Cracking on, we're going to crack on to the rest of the show and carry on with the conversations with Michelle and Brother Jammal Deen. Just a couple of announcements I wanted to let you guys know. This Friday, it is Friday 31st January. We've got an event called Soul Speak. We have the main man himself over here. So the event's going to be hosted by local poet laureate Malika Speaks. It's going to be at 6:30 p.m. till 8 p.m. Tickets are £5, which is a brilliant price. We've got featuring Luqman, Brother Jamaluddin, Brother Nazim and Mizan the poet. If you do want more information, please do get in contact with Salam Radio. They can give more information on that, or even leave a little message on Facebook, and we will give a reply to that. Second announcement is another event, which is this coming Sunday, the 2nd of February. It's Harbinger, Final Quest, the play of Qais ibn Mushir. So it's going to be a play to the acclaimed fallen warrior, that is the Harbinger trilogy. So it's going to be at the Key Theatre, Embankment Road, which is at 1:30 p.m. You can buy tickets. If again you're interested, just drop a text on Facebook or even get in contact with Salam Radio, then inshallah they can give more information. So just going back to, that was a wicked start. We had so much going on, a lot of information. I haven't had to cut the conversation because it's really, really good.
Even during the adverts, actually, it's like, stop now, stop.
No, mashallah, really good. So we were just touching on how media, society, social media is affecting the children. So we're just going back to Jammal. You mentioned that your relationship with your daughter, you have adult talks, maturity in that, which is really good. Michelle, in the break, you mentioned you can use both sides of the argument.
Yeah.
Just elaborate on that. What would you say?
I think with everything I'm like this. I'm kind of like, I'm not on the fence as such, but I do waver both sides with different arguments sometimes with things, because I think you've got to come with different perspectives as well.
Yeah.
But in terms of children, I think, I agree with Jammal wholeheartedly that, at some point you have to sit down with them as adults in a way, even as young as my youngest daughter, she's 8, because they have their own brain. And they know how to use it, and they're aware of what is surrounding them. They're aware of what's going on, not to the same level as maybe us as adults and parents, but they're very wise, and we forget this. I've had so many experiences with both my girls, where I've tried to be the parent / teacher, and I'm like, I'm coming to you with all this knowledge. I'm so wise, and especially like Islamically as well. I've tried to sort of say, right, we need to have a chat about how to pray and what prayer means, and and I've sat on the prayer mat with them, and they've had me reduce me to tears because they're so. The way they see life is so simple, and we need to take that on board sometimes. So I come to them as an adult sometimes, but also I'm like the other side too, where we need to be a little bit strict and enforce things in a very beautiful way and pure way, which is what we mentioned during the ad break as well.
Great. So let me kick in, and what I mentioned at the beginning of the show, I wanted to kick in with the introducing the second part. This is quite tough, but to clarify, because I don't want any misunderstandings for all viewers. Obviously, I respect all viewers' opinions and their belief and their lifestyle. We obviously, alhamdulillah, we're in the religion of Islam. Other people may be in other religions, and people may not even be in a religion. But just going back to rewinding to the start, we spoke about identity, our morals and principles. Okay, so I'm going to put you guys on a hot seat over here. And say to you, like I said to you, Jammal, before the start of the show, we were discussing, and I said to you, brilliant example that you say, teaching your children, learning from your children. Now, without having a rant or kind of coming out with a gun to media itself, how do you feel that I mentioned to you a couple of facts that, with all respect to people from the LGBT background, or respect they're humans, I'm sure all Abrahamic faiths, all monotheistic religions respect all humans, wherever they be, because it's between them and God. We mentioned that before. But how would you feel sitting with your children watching TV and you see a couple of adverts? One advert shows, it's a car advert, Renault advert. It shows two girls. I think they're growing up as friends, and then they kiss. Secondly, another advert. This is coming in broad daylight, where young children are watching. Okay, and second of all, you see another advert. I think it's two guys sitting in the car going through a car wash, and they also kiss as well. This is something that, if I sat down, I've never ever seen something like that with my parents. But because these adverts are coming so often in family time, how would you as parents react to that? What do you think?
I've got so much to say on this topic. I'm going to try and be very careful with my words in that I want to get the message across. But I think it's being normalised, isn't it? That's kind of what's happening there. But I've never seen that with my own eyes. I've never been out shopping in Tesco and seen, two guys kissing or two women kissing. It's not something that we see in reality, in day-to-day life, I don't personally think. But it is there in the media all the time. It's there on primetime TV with soaps. They're sort of putting these stories across. And like you say, the adverts, I haven't seen the adverts myself, but I think if I was sat there watching that with my children, they would definitely comment. Because it's something that, it's not for them.
They're laughing at you, maybe. They would laugh, I suppose. But
they would laugh and they'd be like, oh, they do all the girly, like, oh, mummy, what's going on there? But my girls are really open with me. They would say, there's two girls kissing. They'd be really open. They wouldn't sort of hide it.
I have a question. Is it like what? Because I don't know the television yet. I just want to know one thing. Yeah, is it like a full-on like kiss?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Carry on. Sorry.
Okay, is that relevant?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay, we'll move on to that soon.
It's not a peck on the cheek to show the brotherly. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So you're right. Yeah.
My girls would definitely raise it. Absolutely, 100%. And I'd probably, have the cold sweat descend before I thought, how am I going to deal with this? But we'd talk about it openly, and I'd ask them what their views are on it before I impart my own ideas. And say what do you think of it? How does it make you feel? What's coming up in your mind? What are your emotions on it? And have a discussion around it, because we have to. Because if we don't and we leave it and we let them make their own way with this, and it's force fed to them constantly, which it ultimately will be.
Do we treat this as a taboo subject? Because reason why I say a lot of our viewers may be parents, young or old. At the end of the day, they're parents. They bring up children. Okay, something that needs to be discussed, even unfortunately to primary school kids, because like you said, their childhood has been taken away. They're not taught about they've got any problems on how to say stop fighting with each other and become friends. You're worried about become more than friends.
Of course.
Before they used to fight and become friends. Now they become more than friends. You know what I mean? So,
I don't think a child should be able to, or should be able to be questioned about their sexuality. A child is just simply this. A child. Nothing else. Obviously, moving forward to when your daughter's now 11 years old, we have to look upon society then, because it becomes different, because then you're in an open field. So like, then things need to be discussed, I think, definitely. But between the ages of 4 and 10 or 11, no. I really don't think that. I think you should just allow them to be children. Things that go on the television, I didn't know that happened, to be fair, till today. But I don't think that... I'm going to be straight up honest, so my sister and her partner, so they're in a lesbian relationship. They've been married, like, I don't know how long. Sort of thing, so... And they are human beings, and I don't think we should... I'm definitely not going to judge a single soul. I get judged, for being a Muslim. And it's, what is it upon me to say that's not right, but then it's right for me to sit here and say something about someone else. No, it's not. But I think if wherever someone finds comfort, alhamdulillah, all good, But on television, things like that, to be seen before that's even should be part of someone's life. No, I don't think so. You know, you told me about a program. What's it called? Blind. What's it called? I don't know. Some sort of dating thing. Yeah, naked attraction. Yeah. I was like,
we're going there, aren't we?
Yeah. And I was like, I'm still now because I'm just thinking about that in my brain. Yeah, and like, that's unreal.
It's really unreal, isn't it?
I just think that's just next level
ignorance.
Yeah, and what's the point?
But look how normal it's being made. Exactly. You know, it's being shown on TV. You know, just on a normal Friday night. You know, just here you go.
Shame over there.
No shame. Yeah, absolutely.
And what time is this again?
This going back about 10 o'clock at night.
See, a lot of like
where the kids are
Fridays.
Kids are watching.
If you're 12 or older, you're going to be up. They're going to be up most of the time, because it's the weekend, the children, and blah blah whatever.
Can I just cut in? What I want you to clarify is a good job that you mentioned, and thank you for being honest. You mentioned your sister, which is a very personal thing, and her relationship. That's because she chose to do that, because that's between herself and God.
Yes.
That's what she lives by, which is fine. Yeah. That's what she honestly feels. And there's a lot of Muslims out there who may be gay, or maybe lesbian, but that's what they truly feel. But what the difference is that they're living their life as they want to, okay?
Yeah, and they took that upon themselves at an age.
Exactly. But do they go and promote it? Because, exactly, it's a personal thing. Whereas on TV, being viewed by thousands of people, okay, this is being promoted.
Yeah.
To say
it shouldn't be on television. You know, it shouldn't
and actually,
be
people don't. I don't think people realise that is there forever. You know, like when these people grow up and become actual adults and have children and get married, that's there forever.
Exactly.
It's not. You cannot wipe that away. You know.
And some people may say, you know what, I don't want children, or they may have go in a same-sex relationship and also bring children. Again, that's sometimes in Allah's hands. We can't do anything about it. They may turn out, obviously, they will be good human beings. We can't say they're not. But the difference is that the same way that viewers, I'm not sure how many of them may be Muslim. I'm guessing from what the article was writing that a lot of them were non-Muslim. Okay, and they raised an issue with how Amanda was dressed up, which is a form of indecency. Do you think that something would be raised with these kind of things as a form of indecency? Because some people say, no, that's normal though. Okay, but then why did they say so? A lot of ladies, 75% ladies in UK are dressed. Yeah.
Go on, Abbas, go there.
Yeah?
Go there. I'm trying to push him. What do you mean?
In a manner which is
provocative manner.
Yeah, exactly. Towards
manner.
Men, exactly.
Definitely.
We're told. Do you see how sometimes we feel that the ignorance that was in Islam we see now? This is something for a lot of parents in the Peterborough community to wake up and be aware of this. Okay?
I actually don't think a lot. I mean, I'm not saying a lot. I don't know. I want to say that some people that dress that way might not actually think that is provocative.
Yeah,
it's all relative, isn't it, into how you think. And if you've not kind of looked at modest dressing or the kind of reasons behind why you would cover up or dress, you know, more decently, as we're going to put it, why would you think any differently? I think you know, you're seeing everybody else dressed like that. It's commonplace in the media. It's absolutely normal. It's not seen as indecent or provocative, and that's why, you know, we have these huge discussions on whether, you know, men are viewing women in that way. Women should be able to wear what they want and not feel like they're, you know, being provocative. They're just expressing themselves or living their life the way they want to.
Do you think it's right for women to complain then? You know, I've heard a lot of women complain, that guy's staring at me.
I mean, to be honest, you get that wearing hijab, so
True. But a lot of times, the thing is, it's a majority of times you see the way they stare at hijab is because, you know, we should dress like that for, yeah? Or whereas if you see other women, it's like, oh, she looks great, yeah? It affects people's marriages. It's breaking off the marriages and the way that the dressing itself, the decency. I mean, a lot of Muslims are criticised, like, well, you know, what you ladies are wearing, covering yourself. Me and Mrs. were watching programs on Netflix, which is showing the olden times, and not even that long ago, when the last 100 years, okay, where women in Christianity, okay, were dressed up modestly, Okay, look at the way the Christians portray Mary. They portray her as someone. Would they ever?
Yeah.
That's not really put up in context very often from a Christian point of view. They actually don't really probably realise how much high regard we hold that beautiful woman to us.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, and actually how and why she dressed that certain way, But
exactly. When I was talking to my missus, when we speak about hijab, I say there's nothing wrong with fashion. You can do fashion. It's part of life. Okay, but at the end of the day, if you saw that us men are staring at another woman because of the way she's maybe dressed, indecently, if you look at it, and it's not even a religion issue, is it? It's going back to what I mentioned before, what our morals are.
It's just human.
So yeah,
it's human. It's like it might not be the right sort of way to put this, but like if someone walked in with a plate full of food, man, I want to go. What's on there?
Even if you're not hungry,
that's where you're going to look.
That's a good analogy, actually.
Course, yeah. And then if someone walks in with next to nothing on, man, I'm going to go. What's all that about?
Yeah.
I mean, because that's our test. As a Muslim, that's a huge test, especially coming from being a revert as well. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's a huge test. And even if you're not a revert, we are men. Yes. I mean, we're men, and women want to see a man as well. We're human.
Yeah,
we're human. That's a natural thing that's gonna happen. To control your nafs, as we say in Islam. In every avenue. SubhanAllah, man, you're a very pious man or woman. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like these are. It's in our face. It's in our those things that you were saying about them adverts. Personally, for me, I think they should be on after 11 o'clock at night. I wouldn't, if my children were young, like your children are now. It's an advert. You can't even choose to stop them.
Yeah.
I mean, one of my main reasons of giving up a television probably 7, nearly 8 years ago now was because adverts. I hate them. I mean, and also usual TV just mind numbing. But in
that's
regards,
the power of them, isn't it? Because they're just on repeat all the time, and you don't even realise that you've seen them.
Subconsciously influences
absolutely.
You.
I want to say this about two things you mentioned tonight. Yeah, sitting around a table with your children with these things, devices, phones and devices. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, devices on. No, right. Sitting around a TV at night time with your wife. No, watch some, but you'll forget who each of you are.
Yeah,
I guarantee you'll be lost. Whoever's in that relationship will lose that other person behind a television screen. Trust me. You'll lose yourselves. Monday. Next thing you know, it's Friday. What have you discussed? What do you know about each other? Not a great deal. What have been like 5 nights a week?
Yeah.
What if I come in there and say to you, Jammal, bro, I got a full-time job. I get pressure from work. Getting pressure from society. You want to go to the mosque, keep up my deen. I want to go to the gym. All the things juggling around, and then I come back and I just feel like, bro, I don't want to talk to. I'm giving an example. Don't want to talk to my missus. Don't want to talk to my kids. Just want to relax and watch some TV.
But is that relaxing, or is that just you zoning out of not facing reality and not you personally, but is it us? Is that what we're doing? We're numbing, aren't we? I kind of feel like I want to zoom out and just watch everybody in Peterborough, through a big lens and see how many people are doing that, or just zoning out. And, as we will be aware of drinking at night time, because there's brothers and sisters in the community that do this too. Let's not be, let's not just put this on the non-Muslims, because we're always kind of, labelling that. But anything like that.
Have both male and female Muslims in town drinking,
It's a way of numbing what we don't want to face. And I totally agree. If you're in a marriage or a relationship and you're sitting at night just watching the box and being fed mindless information. I mean, I don't watch TV. I've got a TV. I don't watch TV. I watch Netflix. But I can choose what I want to watch, when I want to watch it, so I'm not being force-fed all of this stuff. But I quickly had a quick look today. My Netflix wasn't working. And I thought all the same stuff that I was looking at on Sky like 10 years ago is still there.
Yeah.
Corrie, Emmerdale, all the soaps are still there. I probably won't know how half of the people are in there now. But we're still being fed this constant drivel, to me, in my opinion, that, we just buy into. And that's part of our life. Every night we just sit, we have our TV dinner, we watch TV.
It'll rob you.
Not for me.
It'll rob you. Like social media, it's a thief.
Yes.
It's a thief.
Yeah.
So just to evaluate, or I'm interested myself. I'm going to come to both of you. Jammal first. What advice would you give to parents out there who are being attacked by programs, as we mentioned before, which is showing nudity so open and becoming normal? So there's a program which comes 10, half 10 at night. Imagine both parents are out, children are home. It's showing a program where people have got no clothes on.
While they were young enough, below the age of, let's put this in two brackets here. While they're below 11 years old, whatever programs they like, most people, if they've got a TV, probably have Sky or whatever, yeah? And you can record that stuff on there. Record it and watch the next day. You can fast forward every single advert, whatever. You've got full control over what your child watches, you know what I mean, sort of thing. Once they've gone past 11 years of age, you know, then we are entering a different world for both areas, parents and child there, you know, like, so, but I would try and monitor what they really play a big role in their life. Not a nosy role.
Yeah.
Not a nosy role. What are you up to, man? I know that guy, yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
you know,
spend time with them.
spend time with them. And also, like, relatable. If you can't relate to your own mum and dad, man, you're never going to come back and tell them anything anyway. And you've already lost your child. I mean, you know, you have to have an open mind. Don't brush everything underneath the carpet. It's in front of us all. Everything is there for us all to see. If you turn away, even on the television, I have social media, you know what I mean, you know, and I'll go through I like other people's stuff. You know, I'm a victim of it myself. I'm not, you know, saying I'm some sort of geezer that's, you know, sat in the woods and I don't have anything to do with anything, you know what I mean, you know, like, but we all are victims of it, you know what I mean, but monitor it for your children.
Yeah, it's having those limits and restrictions and things,
and explain why you are you're not keeping them from anything.
Yeah.
I'm not stopping you, I'm not preventing you. You know, it's going to come to a point where, like my daughter, for instance, you know, she's going to find someone, blah, blah, and these are going to be her choices. You know what I mean? I'm not going to stun her for her choices.
Yeah.
I'm going to say to her, yes, I understand what you're saying. There is another avenue, you know what I mean? But these are your choices. Because she's old enough now to make her own.
And we're very, very lucky parents if our children come all the way through childhood and teens scot-free. You know, they have to make mistakes. They have to forge their own path, because how else are they going to learn? We all did it. You know, we all made mistakes, and we've come out the other end. We've survived. Alhamdulillah, we've both found our path. But yeah, I think it's choices with children as well. Being present is definitely really important, because, like you say, you know, we're tempted to put a screen in front of them, you know, because we're busy. We've got other things that we've got our mind on as well. So that becomes the babysitter. But my two girls, they love documentaries. It's really geeky, but they love it. And I find it, you know, on the TV for them. Like, let's sit down and watch this. We even watch some of the survival programs, you know, where they're learning skills like how to survive when they're out on a mountain somewhere. But they love that sort of thing, and it's knowledge gathering as well. And, you know, at night time before bed, they've got into a routine where they love listening to Quran now before they sleep, and, you know, they're learning surahs from the Quran themselves. And so it's trying to get them excited about things that are pure and things that they can enjoy and be a child, and just, you know that they're safe just immersing themselves in that sort of stuff, and not thieving, you know, not being a thief of
as well, you know. So excuse me, sorry everyone, I keep coughing, but being a revert and a parent, right? So this is, again, you've got to grasp the gift you've been given with both hands, unless you're a fool, but at the same time, you have to still see the world as it was prior to you being a Muslim. I mean, because you've got children that aren't Muslim, they're not brought up as Muslims. I mean, sort of thing. And just because I revert, it doesn't mean everyone in my house is going to. Inshallah, I mean, everyone in the whole world does. I mean, and those who don't, you know, they're donuts. I mean, but you know, like, so you have to be guided in both avenues. So you have to understand where they are in this westernized world, but you also have to understand that however you're going to give your representation of what they're going through isn't just an Islamic one. It has to be relatable to both worlds. You know, and it's only through Islam really that you can see them two flips of the coin, because every other religion allows everything else to carry on. You know what I mean, in regards to drink and bits and bobs, this sort of thing, you know, like, so, and going out and whatever else, you know, like, but so you have to be very careful, you know, and understand that I don't want to become like some sort of like, you know, as you would say, like a Bible basher, you know, a Quran smacker, you know what I mean, sort of thing.
Yeah, tyrant
you know, like,
with your children,
tyrant,
influencing them like.
But I want to give them guidance, you know what I mean. Inshallah, we want to give them guidance, but from both worlds, you know what I mean.
Excellent.
You know,
Excellent.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much. It's been great. The time has really flew. Oh my gosh,
so quick,
it's been a really good conversation today.
Actually, there's a comment from Star Abdul that says, "Mashallah, what a great show once again, Brother Jammal. I'm inspired."
Mashallah, excellent.
And mind control, the most powerful tool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
Excellent. We just leave this show with just a small dua that inshallah we pray that Allah guides us, all of us, wherever we may be, Muslim, non-Muslim, with all of us as humans, and to keep us on that path where we can live a life of good morality and awareness and good principles and respect for each of others in society. Join us for next time show. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum.
Stay tuned to Salam Radio after this short ad break.
Where can you get high quality and low prices? Amar Food Store and Halal Meat in Lincoln Road, Triangle is the place to go. Pay us a visit and take advantage of our special offers and great range of products on groceries, vegetables, fruits and halal meat. Also send money to Pakistan absolutely free. We have all top brands at special offers, offer free customer parking and provide a free local delivery